thank you to our sponsor, MBA Growth Partners.
Welcome to Studio 501c3. I'm your host, Kim Jones, CEO of the Nonprofit Village, a capacity builder and incubator space for nonprofits. This show features nonprofit organizations that provide critical and essential programs and services in the county, and they are designated as charities with the IRS because they provide a public benefit. Often your donations to these nonprofits are tax deductible. We're also a proud partner of Montgomery Community Media, which is your public resource that provides access to a variety of information and programs relevant to our community. Today, we're talking with Bruce Adams, the founder and president of Bethesda Big Train Baseball. This is a team that improves youth baseball and softball fields throughout the community, has collegiate baseball clubs, and a lot more. Bruce, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Kim, for the opportunity to tell the Big Train story.
Yeah. So I think anybody who knows you, as we were talking before, knows about your love of baseball. They might have even read your book. But, you know, here's the thing. A lot of people go to games. They support their home team. They go visit the Hall of Fame. They say, okay, I'm going to go to all the stadiums. You actually, over 20 years ago, you know, got community partners and made the decision. You were going to really create a baseball club, and you were going to make it a real benefit in the community in a lot of ways. What's the story? Tell us the story there.
Yeah, thanks. It's a fun story. So in 1995, my 4-year-old son, Hugh, he said, well, it's time for him to get into organized baseball. So I said, okay. So we signed him up for BCC baseball. And I go out there and the fields are terrible. And I had just finished second term on the county council. And I'm like, this is terrible. I should have known this. Why did I not know these fields were in such bad shape? We got to do something about this. But it was a time when it wasn't tons of money sitting around to fix up all these fields. And so I thought, well, we need a public-private partnership to do this. And I went around and I talked to folks in Bethesda, and they said, yeah, sure, we're good to fix up fields, but we want to fix them up here for our kids. And then I went to other places in the county, and they said, oh, that's a great idea, but we don't have any money. So I was going nowhere. But at the same time, my wife and I wrote a book for photoers, a travel book people, about family baseball vacations. So we went all over the country looking at, we go to the Children's Museum, we go to fun restaurants, we go to the zoo, and then we go to a ball game. Every night, different city. It was a tough job. Somebody had to do it. So we had a great time. Exactly. And in the course of that, my son, now 5, he's figured out that the way to get baseballs is to go to the visiting team bullpen, because they don't care about the balls and there's no adult supervision. So here he is, 5 years old. We're in Oneonta, New York. And I like, whoa, where's my 5-year-old? So I go down to the bullpen. There he is. These guys are talking about summer college baseball. And I'm like, what is that? They tell me about it. Well, that's what changed my life. That's what led to the Big Train. I thought, Paul Newman made salad dressing, and he took his money and he put it into good causes. Right. I was really sure that it would be more fun to make baseball than salad dressing. So I thought, what if we had one of these summer college baseball teams, and we took the money we made and we put it into fixing up fields? Okay. And you're $600,000 worth of fields from Germantown to Anacostia.
Yeah. You're part of that collegiate baseball league. I think it's the Cal Ripken League?
Cal Ripken Collegiate Baseball League.
Yeah. So how long has that been now?
So we built Shirley Povich Field in 1999. We joined a Washington-based league, and then we decided to have a more Maryland-based league in 2005. And that is the Cal Ripken League, and it's been in existence. There's 3 teams in Montgomery County. There's the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts, and there's the Gaithersburg Giants, and their Bethesda Big Train. Okay. And did you have to, I guess you had to have a relationship even with the Parks Department, and you really had to build this, joint venture in order to pull all of this off and to have it working so well over all these years. It is worked great. Every time I turned around in 98 and 99 while we were raising the money, John Orsman from the Orsman Automotive Group was the main fundraiser, and just everybody we talked to wanted to be involved in this. Montgomery Parks has been fabulous. Obviously, we didn't have the money to buy a piece of land, so we went to an existing baseball diamond in Cabin John Regional Park, and Montgomery Parks gave us permission to fix it up and build a nice sort of, a kind of miniature Camden Yards.
Okay. All right. And then the money that you raise actually, like you said, goes to improve some of the youth fields. So, and where are those fields again?
So in the first 12 years of running this, we raised $600,000 in addition to building Povich Field, Shirley Povich Field. We raised $600,000, and we fixed fields up from Germantown. Jackie Robinson's daughter Sharon came out years ago to a field in Anacostia that we named Jackie Robinson Field. So we fixed fields up all over Montgomery County and in Washington, D.C. Then I handed the group over to BCC Baseball. They ran it for 8 years. After I retired and left the Ike Leggett administration, they asked if I would take it back. So last June, I took it back. We're focused now on a variety of different communities serving activities. We're way more than the baseball.
So what other things are you doing?
So 10 years ago, the Ripken League started a food drive for Manna Food Center. And we have collected 30 tons of food for the Manna Food Center over the last 10 years. It's been really terrific. And we celebrate our nonprofits and our frontline community heroes in many ways at our ball games. So as a person said, one of the fans said in the early years, came up to my partner, John Orsman, and said, "John, when I come to Povich Field, I feel like I live in a small town."
Wow.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
That's just the environment we're trying to create. Affordable family fun right near your house.
Good. All right. We're going to take a short break, but we're going to come back. And Bruce, I want to talk a little bit more about the league, some of the summer programs, the team, and all this fun that people can have with their family provided by Big Train. So we'll be right back. Studio 501c3 on Montgomery Community Media. We'll be right back.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure.
$1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
Welcome back to Studio 501c3, your window into exceptional nonprofit programs in Montgomery County. I'm talking with Bruce Adams of Big Train Baseball. So before the break, Bruce, we were talking about all of these other, this is such a community effort that you've built. But we were talking about the fact that you have worked with nonprofits. You are probably often working with first responders during crises. Go on and tell me a little bit more about how you do that work.
Well, I wanted it to be about more than the baseball. I wanted this to be a community building organization, and baseball is just our niche. It's the fun thing that we do, but I wanted people to I wanted to be able to support like reading programs, summer literacy programs. I wanted to support Manna Food and Nourishing Bethesda and the other social service groups that are doing so much for Montgomery County. So when you come to a Big Train game at Shirley Povich Field, you're liable to run into some of the most important nonprofits in Montgomery County and learn about them and hope that they're able to recruit some of our fans for their work, able to get some of our fans to make donations to them, make sure that we just lift up and showcase the fabulous nonprofits of Montgomery County that make the county so special.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit more? You mentioned the literacy program, reading program. So what has happened there in the past? How have you been involved with a reading program?
So in the early years, we always took our players to public libraries for reading sessions with kids. And we even for a couple of years had a bookmark art contest, and these kids drew beautiful bookmarks, and we printed thousands of them. And on the back of them, we said, our players will be at these 3 libraries in June and July to read with kids. But we want to promote the summer reading program. So we're doing that. We're doing that again as well.
Oh, that's great. All right. And remind me when your season usually starts. Is it at the end of May, early June every year?
Yeah. So these are Division I college baseball players, top-notch players. 16 of our alumni have made it to the major leagues. Wow. About a third of the kids, guys who play for us, will sign a professional baseball contract. But they're playing in the summer after they've done their full spring season. But they want to play with the wooden bats. In college, you play with metal bats, and the scouts want to see players with wooden bats. So these summer leagues are very popular with top players. So they come here after their spring season, they play here in June and July, and then get back to school.
Okay. Bruce, you're reaching a lot of people through this. It's just a brilliant kind of comprehensive program that's more than just a sports program. So, I love the fact that you're reaching all of these people. What kind of vision do you have for the future? Where do you want to go with this, in the future?
I loved in the early years when we fixed those fields. And I started an after-school program in Anacostia called Fields of Dreams, and it continues today. But we used some of the money we raised at the Big Train to fix up Jackie Robinson Field and other fields in Anacostia. I think there's a possibility that in the future we could do that work here in Montgomery County. Pick a few communities where the kids don't have the opportunity to play baseball, fix up their fields, give them the resources, hire them a coach. It could be an after-school program as we have with Fields of Dreams in Anacostia.
Wow. All right. It's a big vision, but you've already proven that you can make anything happen. I'm going to hire you as my marketer and fundraiser, and we do appreciate what you do for so many nonprofits in the community as well. It has been tremendous. A lot of nonprofits that I know have been recipients of free tickets in past years. So I'm really sorry we're out of time, but I hope the audience has had a chance to learn a lot more about Bethesda Big Train Baseball and follow that website, because you want to know what the schedule is every year. You want to buy a ticket. You want to go eat a hot dog. You want to support all of the other programs that Bruce has put in place. So, Bruce, thanks so much for being a guest and giving us all of this information.
Thank you for the opportunity. Roll Train.
For more information on Big Train, visit the website at bigtrain.org. I'm Kim Jones. Thanks for joining us, and come back for another edition of Studio 501c3 on Montgomery Community Media.